Welcome everybody to Strike Team Gaming presents the G4 Experience. Welcome back. Happy Monday. Thank you for being with us. If you're catching us live on YouTube, as we record these and stream these now every Monday night, welcome. If you're listening to us on Spotify, Anchor, or any other location that you can listen to a podcast listening service on, also welcome to the show. We're coming back with you with more gaming news, updates on the channel, and a bunch of other stuff that we feel entitled to tell you. Without further ado, let me introduce who I'm here with.
Irishguy, aka Mike.
This is Doc.
And Zmainia.
Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Gameboy, and as always, I'm welcomed by my three companions, and this is going to be your gaming news as of August 22nd, 2021. Very excited to have everybody here, and welcome to the show. Before we get into anything, I think it's fair for everybody, to agree that today is the day to kind of announce this for the channel and everything going forward. As we previously mentioned in the very first pilot that we ever did with the show was going to have another name. It's just Mike and I lack the creativity to think of another one.
Ain't that the truth?
And with the inclusion of two other individuals, we have been able to reach a consensus on what the name is going to be. So if you'll turn your attention to the computer screen now, please welcome us, as we are now henceforth going to be called Level 4 XP. Doc, again, did the logo, and it looks so stunning and beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
So,
Amazing.
we're going to use tonight to not only upload this episode to Anchor, but also update all the pages with the new logo, the new name. And if you want to email the show, it's going to be a little more easier to email the show because the email is now going to be level4xp@yahoo.com. And that'll be strictly for any emails you want to send the show.
Are we doing Yahoo? I thought we were doing Google.
We were going to do Gmail, but I done goofed.
Why don't we do Google?
I done goofed.
It's already taken.
Huh?
Is it already taken?
No, I'd already made it. So I can't have two different Gmails open on one tab.
You can.
Yeah.
You can have it set up so that way it's a separate browser, technically.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do that at work all the time.
Yeah. I used to do that with my work email that was Google. Welcome to the day and age of Google.
You didn't delete the Gmail one, did you?
No, because it's attached to literally everything.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So we have two emails.
Well, no,
No,
we're just
going to keep it the one.
Oh, I thought you already made the Yahoo. Okay,
no. I already made the Yahoo.
Yeah, he already made the Yahoo.
Oh.
We're just going to stick with that.
So just stick with the Yahoo one.
Okay.
Level 4 XP at Yahoo. Because it's not attached to any. So that was my issue, is that the other one was literally like attached to everything. So minus the stuff that people could want to get into, kind of deal. So. Yeah.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah.
I personally prefer Google just because I've always had problems with Yahoo over the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's ran by AT&T. And
They suck.
yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
own personal opinion. So we'll update you on that email in our live or in our social medias and update it on our page.
Boom, bada, boom, boom, boom. Anybody else got anything you want to say this? Are you excited? Super happy?
Yeah, I'm super
Jazz
excited.
hands.
I mean,
I came at just the right time to disrupt whatever names they had previously. And any diagrams, they had to remake them all.
well, I mean, this
Ronnie had to make them all.
Yeah.
I've been catching a lot of this. This is actually a collaboration between Z and then Mike's fiance and my wife of just mixing all these together. And, with their help, we pretty much narrowed it down to this. So, and then the colors with the new red logo, that was actually with the help, like us three were going over it. And then my wife came, like I just had it still up and my wife came in and she's like, I love it. I was like, oh, I was going to ask you about changing the color. And she's like, nope, I love it. I was like, all right, I guess we're going with that color.
I mean, it makes it pop.
Yeah, it does. So it, and this was the background, just kind of give you guys and the viewers. When we initially switched over to adding Zach, I was playing around with a bunch of the changing the background, changing the look a little bit, but still keeping the points. And you guys have seen that too.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
on our Patreon, I will actually upload those other files just to kind of give it a look of the ideas and stuff like that. So, kind of what I was going through to figure out stuff. But the only difference is here we don't have host in the newer ones.
Right. This was apparently the only one I could find.
Yeah, I was thinking, I didn't want to say anything, but like that caught my eye so fast.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought we got rid of that. But yeah, so the new logo, besides host, because it is a little eye distracting.
It is.
We, as a group, we determined to take it out, which we will upload later, and you'll start seeing everything with the newer stuff. And I'm super excited about this. I was gonna veto you guys and just release an episode just so we can start getting stuff out there. But I was like, no, I have to hold back.
I must resist
Well, I was
temptations.
I was the same way because what was it yesterday when I
It was like 2 or 3 days ago. You're like,
Yeah.
can I change everything over to the new logos? Can I start pushing that?
So having to hold back.
Yeah, it was like, no, wait until the announcement. So
Yeah.
So this is the announcement. If anybody is considering making a podcast, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and the logo is one.
yes,
And this is the logo wasn't necessarily something that we were just all like we settled on. No, this was like, does it look right? Does it do this?
Yeah.
Does it do that?
Rounds and rounds of deliberation.
yeah, because
Yeah.
that was the other thing that I also added in this. I added a bigger drop back shadow, so it pops a little bit more off of anything that we want to put it on, especially like mugs and stuff like that. So it would pop off of that and separate itself from the background. The only thing it doesn't really work well is against a black shirt, but pretty much everything else it should.
But it'll pop off the black anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, well, no, I don't think that'd be fair to Zach. Because, like, if we do ship colors, we'd obviously want one of each of our colors and then probably the logo background color.
Hey,
Hey,
Talk about it later, got it.
he
No,
wanted gray.
I think it still would look cool
Yeah.
if you do it right. Because, like, I mean, I have a T-shirt from the concert The Stage by Avenged Sevenfold. And I'm not saying it uses that exact same color sequence, but it's a little reminiscent of it, and that looks amazing.
it'll still. I think it would
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, I think it still will pop,
I don't
even
think-
with the gray shirt.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's-
You don't
let's get
understand
into
how I
the
pull
news.
off black.
Yeah, let's move into the news because we can talk about this for one episode.
Right.
This is our news.
So, did you want to go first, or
So, 'cause since we talked about it a little bit beforehand, go ahead with your things. I'll chime in with the stuff that I have because we got a lot of the same stuff.
right?
And then after you got your stuff, I'll go over the couple things that I have.
Yeah, that does
Mike.
nothing for my back.
Mike, you gotta go like that.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to it. I forgot he has the bad back.
Oh, yeah, because it's like doing this, I could start to feel it.
Yeah.
So I yeah,
Can you feel it now,
Well, I mean,
Mr.
you
Krabs?
could just turn yourself.
I know, but that turning myself is what hurts. I saw you do it, so now I want to do it.
So we're gonna get a GoFundMe for a swivel chair for our fabulous host over here.
Well, anyway,
No, I was doing that for you, Mike.
no, that I need to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But continue. Let's move on to this lovely shite.
Words.
Professionalism.
Oh shit.
Apparently, I can say that. Gosh.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go in and get into my news. I'm actually excited about the news that I have because I think for the first time a majority of it is relatively positive, and I can say with preface, rather I'm 99% sure. I'm gonna be honest, it was late when I was putting this together, the night before, not last night. But I can say I have no Activision Blizzard news, so there's that. I'm not going to dog on anything, so I think everything is going to be relatively positive today. So, there's that. So, Zach, this first one's going to be for you, and that's the other thing. Some of these are going to be directed at everybody. So, Zach, this first one's going to be for you, and the only reason I say for you is because I think that you're going to be the only person besides me who has a direct relationship to the individual this would affect. What was the last WWE game that came out? And what do you remember of it?
There should have been a 2021. Devontae would have been a better reference for this. Yeah, I remember him saying how much he didn't like it. I've even seen him go back to play 2020, WWE 2K 2020. That is, but yeah, that's my recollection on that.
So you're almost right. The last game that they had was 2K20, and
okay.
that one was marred and just god awful, unholy abomination of technical difficulties.
In that case, just the games I said, just roll them back one. Then it was 2019 that he went back to playing.
So WWE 2K22 has a release date of March 2022, and it was announced at SummerSlam. It's they stopped making. They didn't make a 2K21 because of the results of 2K22. So they took the entire year to go, okay, let's finite this, get it together, and they're going to be releasing something. They took the Assassin's Creed approach. They stopped at Assassin's Creed Unity, took a year off, made Assassin's Creed Origins. And I'm thinking that when you take this kind of approach to your games, when it's not year-based, it's let's take a moment to kind of think about what we did. It's going to pay off for him.
Yeah, because the very little time I did spend playing WWE 2K 2020 or 20, it was not too dissimilar to the year 2020 in that it was pretty atrocious.
My question is, who's actually producing the games now?
2K.
2K.
Yeah, the
2K games.
2K games. Oh, okay.
All right. Did you have more on this? Because I actually saw something on this on Reddit earlier today.
The only other thing I have was pretty much what I'd already said. 2020's game was riddled with bugs, some of them game breaking. So they took a hiatus to pretty much correct course on this.
Yeah, they were going pretty hard trying to keep up with the Call of Duty standard of once a year, but not with two or three.
Shut up.
Developers. Developers releasing it so on rotation, and it really showed.
Yeah, this is kind of one of the franchises that were just it bugged me that every time they came out with a new game, because I'm looking at the current titles right now. So it was Roman Reyes and I don't remember the orange hair or the I don't remember her name.
Is it Becky Lynch, the man?
Let me see. I'm more of a face person. Yeah, let's go with that because I can't see that. Yeah, Becky Lynch. Totally not Googling that just to see.
You see?
Oh, I can only type so fast.
Well, either way,
yeah.
It's they were on the cover and stuff, and I kind of got in, like I was watching it a little bit, and I think I stopped playing after. Oh gosh, I stopped playing. I think after 16. I think I played 16, and I just is the same thing with all the games. I don't think they saw that, but
Okay, I'll make it bigger. That's what she said.
and it's kind of like the same thing with Call of Duty. Everything was always the same thing every year, and there wasn't much that changed.
Yeah, and oftentimes the change was a glitch or maybe them mixing up the controls a little bit.
Yeah.
The only thing that was, or the best part about it, according to my good friend Devontae, and that is character customizations.
That is true. I know, like, some of them, they were able to actually scan. Like, if you had a camera, you can actually scan it, actually put your face in there.
Yeah, 2K was also playing with that with the basketball. I think 2K21. I tried it. I gotta say, I don't think I look like that. I don't look like I fell down a flight of stairs every day of my life for the first 3 years of my life and somehow survived.
I might actually play 2K22 just because Rey Mysterio's on it.
Oh yeah.
Rey Mysterio, like I was one of the Rey Mysterio guys from like the good old days.
You think he's gonna have his eye back, or are they gonna predate it?
We'll see.
All right, so back in
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing that I saw it on Reddit earlier, and it's from Pure Xbox. It says 2K's relationship with the WWE has reportedly become seriously strained, and this is in part due to the release date of March. Because it originally normally releases in November.
Mm-hmm.
And they pushed for the later release due to a lot of the roster changes within the WWE.
Yeah, wasn't there like a big like cleansing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ric Flair is out.
Ric Flair's out, and Bray Wyatt, who is the Fiend. Suddenly, they got rid of him like just a little bit over 3 months before Halloween. Like,
Wow.
what were they even thinking?
Yeah, so with that, basically the brand new game would have been outdated with the outdated roster, so they had to scramble and make new things, make new characters or take out characters and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just been really strained, and I lost where I had the thing.
Well, while you find that, yeah, with a game like this in an industry where people seem to get cut left and right, especially in a time in which WWE has been reporting record profits. That was just a slight jab. Yeah, it's bound to happen. And plus, with the character customization, unless they end up changing that or otherwise downgrading it, it's not like they wouldn't be added to the game later. I mean, I think I've seen Goku's and just all the crazy stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so one of the developers was quoted saying, "We are fans and gamers like everyone out there." One developer said, "We are doing everything we possibly can to make a wrestling game that fans want." That's the end of the quote, but basically they don't want to make another 2K20.
Yeah.
You know, the way you can make a game that the fans want is if someone tries to climb in the ropes or through them, they don't become one with the ropes.
True.
Or one with the mat.
Yeah,
or if you suplex someone, they don't teleport to another freaking dimension.
Yeah, we don't need a BDSM simulator just suddenly popping up.
I think that was always the one thing with all the games. It's just like you go to slam them, you slam them down over there, and you're over here. You're just like, all right, now I got to run over there, and they got up by the time you're just like, what the hell, man?
Right.
So, all right.
All right, so it's so convenient that we're recording the what we're recording today.
I don't want
As far as, you know, well, let me just get into it. We all know Skyrim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sky who?
We all know the Elder Scrolls. We understand how many times this game has been released.
Yes.
Pretty much when you give a player base an ability to mod said game, there's really no reason for you to re-release with additional features. But unfortunately, that's exactly what's going to happen. Post that I have from IGN says Skyrim's back. Bethesda announced that they are re-releasing the Elder Scrolls Skyrim for next-gen consoles, bringing with it various enhancements. Perhaps the biggest piece of the version will be available for the PS5. I'm just going to skip over this. It's a 10-year anniversary since the game released. This game literally came out when Zach and I were in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, the most popular thing, Jeremy said this, but like the most popular thing they're adding to this game is fishing.
Well, now I have to buy it.
Yeah, you got to buy it to do that. And Jeremy's like, well, there's a mod for that. A player with...
How am I supposed to get my achievements and fish if I use a mod? Like, Jeremy, you got to find him. And you got to teach him why this is important. Through physical pain. We are not advocating violence.
We do not condone violence.
You know, you got to get a physical doll of the Naruto character Pain and then act it out as he fishes. See, I don't understand why this isn't, like, so easy to understand. You all right over there?
I don't understand all the
Oh, it's anime.
So what I was gonna say, and this is only gonna go back to all the times you've ever plugged, but I don't understand why they have to remake and remaster shit. I know how I preface that.
Phrasing.
Right.
Remember, we have a previous 2 episodes of remakes and remastered, 1 and 2.
Check that out.
Episodes 2 and 4.
I guess I
Coming soon.
instinctively, yeah.
I wasn't even gonna do it.
Yeah,
but
you weren't
guys
even gonna
did
do it. Yeah, like how it happens.
He was
But
holding
yeah,
back.
I don't understand having to do this. I mean, it's a great game. They did this at an E3 once when they announced the Alexa version when they joked about. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they're they're self-aware that this game, it's tiresome of being released. Yeah, it was a great game. It was your best seller. You know, it was everything everybody wanted in a Elder Scrolls game.
However, when it came out, it was already kind of like, 15, 20 years out of date in terms of operating system.
Yeah.
That's when it first released.
Yeah.
And they have not done anything to address that. All these, anniversaries and next-gen releases from 360 era to one era and then one era now to Xbox era. They have not actually really addressed that. They just said, hey, we have more processing power. We can get more polygons in there. And that's about it. It just takes longer for it to crash.
So the 10th anniversary will be released November 11th, 2021. If you want to shell out another $60 for a game you've already...
You think they're going to do a midnight release for this one?
No. Wait.
Which, if you want to hear about that, we have an episode where we talk about this.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait, hold on. That wasn't released yet?
No.
We'll have an episode.
Spoiler alert.
Wah, wah. So, yeah, no. With COVID and shit, there's like what we used to enjoy going out and doing, we can no longer do. Or, yeah. You got anything?
Not on Skyrim, no.
Okay. So, show of hands.
Right here.
How many people know who that man is on the screen?
Honestly,
I mean, it says on his glasses.
I'd have to guess that the fabulous entrepreneur who came out with gaming consoles that were 100% original, right?
I just got to.
Oh my God.
That's not fabulous.
No, not fabulous.
Wait. He kind of touched on something.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't know who this is,
I honestly don't.
this is Soulja Boy. So the reason he's in today's gaming news episode is because a while back I
You
had...
gonna tell him?
Huh?
You gonna tell him?
Him?
Soldier. Never mind. Soulja Boy,
Oh,
tell
sorry.
him.
You've stunned me. So the reason he's in our gaming news today is because a while back we had talked about on the Man Cave how Soulja Boy had made a console. He actually developed a video game console, but it didn't sell like at all, if any, copies.
There was a couple, I think.
I thought we talked about this.
Soulja Boy selling consoles.
Yeah, I thought we mentioned this in one of our episodes. It might have been a gaming news episode, but I remember you guys mentioning it.
It doesn't sound familiar to me, but I mean,
We've done so
brushed-
many.
We
Yeah.
brushed across it.
I remember almost every episode. Okay, word for word. Not really, but
What is the
I really-
7th word of the 5th episode?
Oh, and let me get my osteographer.
Anyway, so that's called sidetrack. So
Probably
this is Irishguy.
right. So he recently made comments that he has stock or has purchased some ownership over Atari, and Atari has shut that down. Pretty much, he was trying to make he made an attempt at a console, tried to peddle a quote new design, and then he took pot shots at former Nintendo president when he said he quote made him retire.
So I'm not very current, and I don't like the current music right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't either.
But that's supposed to be Soldier Boy. Why does it look like Soulja Boy? Like,
Out of everything that I've just said in the last like
Like-
minute, that's what you nitpick.
yes,
To
because
be fair,
I don't pay attention to them as much.
Yeah, to be fair, that image is old enough to where he doesn't have a grill.
Ah,
So, like, he was still learning the letters.
So the one thing I didn't do about all my articles was get the videos from them, and I figured that would have eaten up time anyways.
Yeah.
But he said he posted a video, I think it was to his Instagram, saying that he's claiming that Atari was wowed by his success of his bootleg system, and the company offered him 140 million for them. Atari quickly shut down the message, saying, "We know the CEO of Atari is a dream job, but that honor belongs to Wade Rosen."
I mean, is Atari even still around? What system do they make?
Is Soulja Boy even worth that much money?
No to both counts. So first off, Atari is technically kind of still around. I think they did something with a console last time we talked, or they were making a console or something. God, it is so hard to remember everything.
Okay, so what is his net worth?
Yeah, I just pulled up Soulja Boy's net worth, and according to Celebrity Net Worth, I don't have a date on here, but he's it looks like he's worth around 30 million.
Wow.
Yeah, he's not worth as much as Atari in that supposed offer.
He's living the dream, guys. He's living the dream.
Yeah, he needs to wake up.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Moving on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't find a date in here.
I'm very excited about this next one.
I could tell.
So, I'm only pulling this up because I saw a Twitch streamer say the phrase, and I quote, "Now all y'all got to get back to work." And I thought that was the pinnacle of mudslinging I've ever seen. So every person at this table has heard the most recent announcement about OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not the recent. I've
You can no longer show your booty hole on camera on OnlyFans.
What? That was how I was gonna pay for my new TV.
Yep. So OnlyFans is to block and prohibit all sexually explicit videos from the site in a matter of months.
I think it's supposed to go through October 1st ish.
Yeah, that's
is
what I
the
heard.
official start
All
date
right.
of No Booty Holes.
what's our new site so we can get all those people over?
We got to make an Only Toes account. Except you,
Nobody wants to. No, they were actually talking on the radio show that I listened to on the way home from work, that there is something else that's basically OnlyFans, because OnlyFans was originally created to work for like musicians.
Yeah.
But
it's
it's something else that's for content creators. It's kind of similar to
Yeah.
OnlyFans. I forget what it was called.
but it's the sex industry that really is the reason why it can even get to a point where it can tell them to F off and try and get their own money from investors that don't like it.
So a little history on the sex industry was that when it came to a lot of the like VHSs, Google it, DVDs, Blu-rays, high def, and all that stuff, a lot of those were successful was because of the sex industry.
Oh yeah.
And anything that they backed, they prevailed. So at the time we had Beta Rays that was competing with VHSs.
Mhm.
They backed VHSs. We had VHS for almost 2 decades.
The
Something
rest
like
is
that.
history.
Yeah, for a long time, and then DVDs came out, and that was awesome, for people.
Oh yeah.
The DVDs. The DVDs.
Yeah, but
just
there
by
was
themselves.
also, I think there was also something competing with that, but DVDs won out, and then we had Blu-rays and high def videos,
Yeah, HD DVD.
DVDs, and there was some industries like, I personally have one that's high def.
Yeah, I remember. I was with you when I forget what it was.
It's Pirates.
Yes.
Because there's a scene in there. There's one of the people in there where it's like, man, that looks like one of our friends. Really awkward. But anyways, we'll continue. But Blu-ray won out, even though the majority of the companies did high def. The industry backed Blu-ray, and look at it now. Blu-ray is one of the higher. We've had it for a bit now. Now we have the 4K.
Right.
But there's nothing really competing with 4K, so there's not really anything. And that's why, like, a lot of people don't understand that this type of stuff is that those industries make a lot of money every day.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Bella Day Ray, I believe I said her name right. she, like, when she came back and when she said that she was going to release a special video for Christmas, OnlyFans blew up. And, sorry, I just saw it pop and I knew who it was. And she is like one of the top grossing OnlyFans on there. But then like I was browsing through some of the stuff and there's like foot models and all this stuff.
Only toes.
It's
Did you just look up Only Toes?
No.
Let me get the domain.
so it's. I think honestly there isn't enough. How do I want to phrase this without like
smut on the internet?
No, I wasn't gonna say smut, but like there is. Where do you draw the line between sex work and
Not sex work?
no? It's like being comfortable with your body, because it's like
Sexual?
a lot of people saw OnlyFans as this opportunity to finally get comfortable with their body, and
Yeah.
So one thing I've seen a lot of people passing over, they're still allowing nudity,
Yeah.
pictures and videos. It's just from what I've heard, because they're changing their terms of service or whatever it's going to be. And from what my understanding is it's going to limit it to, like, you can't go post a video of you doing stuff outside.
Wow.
Or like it's going to be like you can still. I don't know
They're
because they haven't.
overhauling.
They're overhauling it. They're kind of. It got out of control and they're just kind of reeling it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But from what my understanding is it is going to be a little just dialed back a little.
Well,
You
it
can
sounds
still have
like
nudity.
yeah, it's gonna be like rated R in a movie, pretty much.
Yeah. Instead of TV. Well, TVMA. I haven't gone through the
Even
guideline.
MA.
And
Did
C17.
you go back one? More specifically to the last section of the last quote, the last part of the commas. We must evolve our content guidelines. Yeah, it from what I've been hearing and seeing, looking into it, because I got friends that post stuff about this on social media. It's largely about you can do like the term tasteful nudes comes to mind. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Some of you guys might not agree that expression works, but I'm going to use it anyways. Some people are against stuff like that.
I agree with you. Tasteful. I mean,
Yeah.
look at an industry that's been around for ages, Playboy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's tasteful,
Yeah.
and
Sex sells.
and it's not like they're full on showing frontal and all that stuff. It's really
They make it art.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I remember to go on from minimal tangent. I remember stuff. I remember
Why'd you have
stuff.
to do your fingers like that? Told
My,
you had confidence.
Growing up and everything, you get your dad's Playboy or something like that. My grandfather he didn't really collect Playboy. He collected Easy Rider. Now, the difference between an Easy Rider comic,
Oh my.
an Easy Rider magazine versus Playboy magazine was it's a little bit like they do display, but they show a little bit more than what a Playboy would do. And, the art form's going to be out there. It's been around for centuries. It's been around since the time that we've been here.
Yeah, I guarantee you that nudity has existed longer than clothes. You can challenge me on this.
And it's not going to go away, and trying to minimize that on some platforms. I understand because you're trying to make your platform sensible now that it's blown up so much. But where was this a few years ago when the platform first hit off like that?
Right? It sounds to me like they're largely just doing this to get new investors because
Yeah.
Whether or not it's a smart business investment or it's obviously been successful pretty much throughout the entire history of mankind, in general, the sex industry is not one that has been looked favorably upon.
No.
By businesses. Funny, primarily female-dominated, or in terms of quantity, industry is not really looked very favorably upon by the financial circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, just
Or
this
religious
article
people.
that he has on the screen, the second to last paragraph, the money they're trying to get money from a venture capitalist, and the money that they're hoping to raise would partially buy out majority owner, porn mogul
Leo Radovinsky.
That explains a lot. Yeah.
So they're hoping with the venture capitalist, they're hoping it'll bring more legitimacy, instead of having a porn mogul on there. I'm assuming it's just going to be, like I said,
Their stock's going to draw it. I can see it.
All it's
Are they a publicly traded stock yet? Or
Let me
that
find
might be what they're trying to
Do.
do.
Here,
Actually,
I'll
now
pull
that I
it up
mention
right
that,
now.
Yeah.
But all of this is like the largest thing to me when I think of, or when I hear about this is that you cross the bridge on the backs of all these people, and now that you're finally at a spot where you can see greener pastures, you're burning it behind you.
Yeah. I mean, that's how society has always been.
Yeah.
Where we build on, now let's bury our dirty little secret with these new terms and policies. After we've gotten all this cash revenue, let's try to sweep it underneath the rug.
Right. Now that I can go on without you, why would I not?
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We talked a lot of sex today.
Oh yeah. Don't forget
So-
my Only Toes account.
I better not see the three of you make one later today.
Is
I've already
those
made one.
3 sets of feet?
Wait a minute, there's 4 of us. So obviously everyone here has probably seen the new Call of Duty Vanguard trailer.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that one? No.
Anyway, so I pulled an article that highlighted the details of the trailer from Game Informer, and pretty much what it does is it talks in detail what we know about it. I wasn't going to spend a whole lot of time on it. I was just going to go through the bits and pieces, but the big one that I took away from the trailer was, yet again, as we've previously talked about when it comes to Call of Duty, rather than having a single linear story that it's used to, we're going back to multiple stories. And unfortunately, with the last couple of Call of Duty titles, the single-player campaign has not been lengthy. It's been very short. So you're trying, if their campaign is not extensive, and I know it's real hard for you to make an extensive campaign about killing Nazis, but if you don't have an extensive campaign and you break it up to have 4 fronts, Eastern Front, Western Front, Africa, Pacific Front, you're not going to have a lot of people are not going to be able to get attached to your characters. And that was the first thing that kind of stood out to me is they highlighted each 4 different theaters that you're going to be playing in. And
I wouldn't mind that, but if it actually did this, like you could choose which story that you followed, have all the stories, but
Like
then
4 mini campaigns.
yeah, kind of like 4 mini campaigns, and then like at the end, like you can do each campaign, and then at the end you can actually choose which main campaign you want to finish and have the different, almost different storylines, even though we know how it all ends.
Yeah.
But have like those different little storylines end differently versus, what happened over here is a little bit different what happened over here. Honestly, I would prefer something like that instead of switching between everything, because I know we were talking about with just 2, it got confusing between, I'm now over here. How does that make sense? So you heard it here first.
Yep. So, in addition, Sledgehammer helming the campaign, Treyarch is lending its zombie talents to the title for the addition of a zombies mode, and Raven is coming in with a brand new Warzone map. So, there's a lot of studios coming in working on bits and pieces of this upcoming project.
I am quite surprised that they were willing to bring zombies into not their title, if you will. That I'll have to. I wasn't really considering getting this game, but now that I know that they're coming in with this zombies mode, I might actually end up getting it just for that.
All right, so with this, I actually do have something on this, and actually in regards to the trailer itself.
Okay.
One thing that was noticeably missing was the Activision logo.
Oh, yeah.
And in a press, in a press release, they actually said, it was due to creative choices that reflects on how Vanguard represents the next major installment in the franchise, which we all know is just because of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
I came this close.
So this is something I mentioned earlier to my wife about of how, even though they've been a major benefactor of them, technically they're still part of the franchise and stuff. And just because you take out their name, they still have rights to it.
Right.
And that's because it's almost, this lawsuit's going on, but it's also partial their property and could damage their reputation depending on what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning the frat boyism of Blizzards or anything, but people are so easy to just say no,
And plus, just because they don't have their logo there, doesn't mean that they're not going to be in the credits for the game and all that.
Yeah.
The logos up front are just, they don't really mean much if you really think about it. It's just like, hey, these people had a hand in the game, or these studios, etc., producers, whatnot. But it's not like just because it's not there doesn't mean they're not getting credit in the game. It doesn't mean they're not receiving financial compensation for their time. It just means that they're not in the forefront, especially because of what's going on. That's not exactly good for the label or any branding whatsoever.
Yeah, because I think that might have probably hit sales if they had that big logo on there.
Yeah, there's just something about picking up the title and thinking, man, there is possibly someone who was a real POS to a marginalized group that worked on this. Do I really want to support them? Because, money is speech.
Yeah.
So one other thing that was announced with the trailer is they're finally getting an anti-cheat in Warzone.
What?
Is it software or?
I don't know. As far as I could tell, there haven't been a lot of details about it. I was watching a video earlier that had Nick Merckx, a Twitch streamer, talking about it, and he was like, I don't think he's like, if I get the game, he's like, I'll probably pick it up, but I don't want to, but because it's taken them this long to get an anti-cheat, and it's something we've been wanting for, and now they have it, but you got to pay $60 to get the game, and then it's gonna be, at least that's what what is speculated.
Yeah.
And then also Nick Merckx isn't a fan of the World War II stuff, so he's.
Yeah, I could think of at least two people who aren't.
Yeah. Anyway, that is all I have on this.
So, along with the launch trailer of this game, or whatever the term is for revealing, they did talk about the multiplayer mode. There's going to be at least 20 maps and 3 different game modes that we can explore. That has reactive environments. So, hi, Call of Duty. Welcome to the era of Battlefield. So now you can blow out bookcases, walls, boards, windows, blah, blah, blah. Anything. They're trying to keep the game dynamic. They did talk about Champion Hill, which is an 8-team extravaganza, which players battle down to the last team to control one. It's like King of the Hill, except it's like an elimination mode from what I gathered from it. They talked about 3 different combat paces, from a tactical that features longer time to engagement and lower player counts to blitz. When you I didn't really go too in depth with this, but the game's set to release in November.
Yeah, it's probably a game I most definitely won't be picking up. So
Won't be?
I won't be.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't be either.
I'll think about it. If I'll probably end up picking it up if it goes on sale, just for the zombies. But so far, I've been pretty satisfied with Cold War zombies.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. My dumb ass will pick it up because it's World War II. If I think the only thing that Call of Duty has actually done right
Is World War II.
I think so, because like they got something really good with Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, and then they're just like, well, how far can we take this? And then they just kind of went off the rails.
Yeah, especially because seeing as how the World War II stuff is all in the past, it's all pretty much laid out, and there's only so much creativity I guess you can add to it before you could break it, and so there's a lot of capacity. But all the future stuff, it's almost purely based off of the creativity of the designers, so there's so much room for error on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like the writers don't have much of a background in storytelling.
Yeah.
I mean,
At least not sci-fi.
killing Nazis is killing Nazis. It's always fun.
I tell you quit.
I tell you what. So there is an analyst named Matt Piscatella who said that Call of Duty Vanguard is expected to be the best-selling game in 2021 in the U.S., of course. He pretty much he's like, shocking, I know, but I have Call of Duty Vanguard forecasted to be 2021's best-selling game in the U.S. Yeah, so I get it because it's a Call of Duty game, and it's holding that Call of Duty clout and name to it. But I'm thinking of all the other games that are coming out in 2021 alone. Far Cry, Forza Horizon 5, Battlefield.
Yeah, like it reminds me of gambling. It's like a lot of the regular titles have to play on roulette, so you got all these a lot of options. And
you need to start sitting over here.
Right?
Sorry, shit captures off screen. I'm sorry. You
making
see
sure
hit markers behind you. You turn it.
we take gaming seriously here. So not only David's response, but just gaming in the environment has to be happening. It fuels us.
We got to put blinders on.
I'm trying, but
Do we need to switch seats?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna work for your back though.
I need to be sitting where I'm not facing that. It's almost time to restart your device. How about we just like
Oh God, don't
reschedule?
I really thought you were about to click confirm. I was like, all right, so this has been us, and I got sidetracked.
Let me move on because I don't want to eat up too much time.
Yeah.
So anyway, the rest of the article pretty much hints at what other games for the past decade have been the game of the year that top the charts. RDR2, GTA 5, Black Ops 4. Halo Infinite is another game releasing. There's a lot of games that haven't been Call of Duty that won Game of the Year. And then there's a lot of games just coming out as well that are rival its competition.
Honestly, I don't want to be a fanboy because I haven't really been for the last couple ones, but I am actually looking forward to Halo Infinite. This is probably one of the games I'm probably looking forward to, if anything, of next year that I'll probably get.
Right. Like,
as long as it's on the old system, because no one can get the new series.
Really though, but I don't want to get into that. I'm
Right?
not very
I'll be
happy
getting it
about
on
that.
PC.
I might, but I don't think my graphics card can handle it. So I usually dog shit on this when it comes to the Madden Cave, but we haven't been able to connect lately, so I'm going to do it now and also again because I know it'll bug Slipshot. But Cyberpunk 2077 has dropped to $10 on the Xbox and PS4.
Picking it up.
I should have accepted the return. I literally have played almost none since I bought it when it came out, but I was like, no, I'll play it later, so I'm not going to return it.
Yeah.
I would have saved so much money.
Other things coming out of Cyberpunk is patch 1.3, and its details have been revealed. CDPR has a long way to go to get us to trust buying another game from them. And right now, the only way that they can get that trust back is to patch the hell out of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, we need less 1.x and we need more x.y. Like we need patch 2, 3 point.
Is this their first game?
No, they done the Witcher series. They,
Were they?
yeah, just look up CDPR
Were they
games.
lead on that though?
Yes.
Or were they,
Actually, they were the ones that had their source code stolen as kind of a ransom to get Cyberpunk fixed. You guys don't remember that?
I don't
It was all over the internet. Someone some hackers stole the source code for The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk and held it as ransom until the game was fucking patched. That's two.
Awesome.
Wow.
So once it arrives, the price of an item will. So I guess there's a lot of bugs and fixes that they got to do, but apparently there's a lot of items in the game that cost a bunch. So they're going to decrease the cost of a lot of items in games.
Well, you skipped over that whole intimate with males and females.
What?
Do you not want to get intimate with us?
I'm not familiar with a lot of the features in the game, but it seems to come full circle as we just talked about OnlyFans. So apparently the patch will display images of both sex workers with a dialogue option throughout the entire conversation. Images for both sex workers briefly appeared on screen before disappearing, which caused some players to choose the wrong gender by accident.
You think they'll have an only augments
Did you?
website in the game?
Haha. Is that the direction you thought it was going to go?
I mean, that I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of those games nowadays.
And then Cyberpunk's first DLC is fully cosmetic.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, they're playing it safe because, cosmetics can mess with the game, could potentially break it, but compared to actually implementing new anything other than cosmetics, really, let's just go broad stroke it. They're playing it safe, and that's smart. They need to focus on fixing it before they start adding new features.
So just more of 1.3. The first DLC will include 2 jackets, a new car, and a new outfit for Johnny Silverhand.
How much is this DLC? Jeez.
Better be
10 to $20 maybe. Yeah. I think it's free. I thought I saw something that says it was free. Oh yeah, the DLC is free.
Okay.
Top paragraph. Free DLC will also be included in the upcoming update.
I was about to say.
All right. I know this is long-winded, but I'm trying to burn through it, so try not to segue. Halo Infinite news. Mike, you got something?
Negative.
I have a little bit.
Okay.
So, based off of the report from thegamer.com, it looks like for the technical preview of Halo Infinite, there will be big team battle and 4v4 specifically.
Whoop, whoop.
Right?
Yeah.
I know that excites you, too. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Team SWAT would have been awesome, but, whatever.
Right.
Can't please
It'll
everybody.
probably be in the full game. It's just technical preview.
I hope so.
Other updates is Halo Infinite won't include campaign co-op and Forge at launch. Just at launch. Because you got a lot of things that people got to remember. First off, it's launching on Game Pass. And there are 4.5 million people that subscribe to Game Pass, roughly. I'll have to look at that stat again. 2, not even just addressing this, but the fact that you don't want another CDPR with a really popular game. I mean, this is right now, CDPR has only done one thing. It's made us gamers look at our industries hardcore. So pretty much, unfortunately, we focused a team for shutdown. And a lot of what's going on is direct result of the coronavirus pandemic. The quote here says, unfortunately, we focused the team for shutdown and really focused on a quality experience for launch, we made the really tough decision to delay shipping campaign co-op for launch. And we also made the tough call to delay shipping Forge past launch as well.
See, I can understand Forge because there's a fair bit to that. Obviously they can't ship it out at a level that the developers have, so they have to configure all that stuff. So that takes a lot. The co-op campaign, on the other hand, that threw me a little bit. I wasn't expecting them to say not ship co-op campaign, something that has always been like a thing since forever. But I guess they're going a little bit Grand Theft Auto online at launch with it.
Yes.
I won't get it.
Yes, some things we won't be able to do for launch, but that's part of it being a service. And this guy Stanton has specifically called Halo Infinite a quote live service. And the good news is that we have a year-long post-launch content and feature roadmap already worked out. We're already working on things now, so yeah, some things won't land at launch in a launch time frame, but some things will just roll out over time. And that's part of Halo Infinite journey we're trying to kick off together with fans.
Okay, that makes sense, especially with the multiplayer really being a live service, like straight out.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than people like doing like challenge modes and stuff, like you remember when Rooster Teeth did fails of the week, or the Jack and whatever his name was, did the courses for
Sorry.
for for the Halo Forges. Yeah. I think that's the only thing I've ever seen Forge used for. I don't know that they've actually used a whole lot of player content to bring into their games.
Griffball.
Yeah,
Griffball.
Okay,
I would
I'll shut up.
disagree, though, not even including Griffball, because just specifically taking Halo Reach, because that's the freshest in my mind right now. They eventually came out with just content created lobbies where it's like, all the races, that was like almost all made by like content creators and just verified to make sure that it was okay by well, I guess at the time that was why am I blanking? Not 343. Bungie. No. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, so there's actually a lot of content creation usage out of that. 3 not so much, but Reach and onward, I think there was quite a bit.
So the only other one I had was Game Informer pretty much saying the same thing. Both links will be listed in Discords. The one thing I did take away from this article that it wasn't in the other one was 4th paragraph down. Campaign co-op and Forge aren't the only 2 missing features at launch. Earlier this month, 343 announced that assassinations won't make it in time for Halo Infinite's release. I do actually know the reason why behind that. And there are likely several other issues to iron out, like, quote, those bots having a hard time climbing stairs. I've seen the videos. They're hilarious. It's just a bunch of bots jumping around in circles, shooting and throwing grenades. It's great, man. But yeah, as far as the assassinations, I think it had something to do with people being offended by it.
I think it was also because a lot of people don't really use them, because if I remember correctly, if you quick tap melee instead of holding it, it's just the pap, and it's a lot faster. It's still an insta kill, but the assassination truly was the teabag of insta kills, or hits in the back. Assassinations, awesome. It really sucked when you got assassinated, though. But there is, I think, a chance to be saved. So I don't know. I personally think they should keep them in. Definitely not like getting rid of them entirely. It's one thing to need time to rule it out because of the animations, and there's more important things to focus on a COVID era development cycle. But I hope they do keep them, even if I'm the one who gets assassinated a lot.
Yeah. So that one I actually had heard something about as far as the assassinations go. I heard that they are taking it out at least at launch, because in the technical preview, a lot of the players are actually turning them off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's due to bugs or whatever the case may be, but that is why they are going to be out at launch.
Yeah. My understanding is it was a tactical decision, but there could also be bugs. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce this first one. I thought this image served what we're about to talk about for the last bit of this. Was concerned. But I'm going to introduce it. I don't know much about it other than the articles at hand. And then, Mike, I think you know a little bit more about it, so I'm just going to let you take it.
I got a little bit about it. I haven't. Well, go ahead, and then we'll go from there.
So, Fortnite has a new mode called Imposter Mode, and
totally original,
right? The first article I hear from Game Informer is, does the new Imposter Mode take Among Us inspiration too far? There were a lot of the premise of the game in Fortnite directly mimicked that of Among Us, and if we learned anything about Among Us, it was the game to play during quarantine.
Yes,
everybody was playing it. So much so that they canceled making a sequel to work on the primary, which I've never seen a gaming industry do.
Well, I mean, they are a small company. It's 2 companies, I think, one in Japan, and then I think one in Russia. Or the 2 groups that work together under Sloth is one in Japan and Russia, I believe, or it might be Korea.
From my understanding, is the whole Inner Sloth or whatever is 3 people.
Okay, that would explain. Yeah, because I know.
Well, it was 3 people.
Yeah, they're probably way more Or starting to get there.
I know they hired a fourth one, somebody to do their social media stuff, but other than that, I haven't paid attention.
Actually, someone tweeted an image. I don't have it on screen because I don't know why it didn't load. Someone tweeted an image of the map in Fortnite from the imposter mode, and then one of the Among Us Unity programmer Gary Porter pretty much said, "I haven't been tweeting much recently because I've been working so hard on the upcoming content for Among Us. So it feels weird to be compelled to tweet again because of stuff like this." And he pointed out to the map that is going to be in the slide later. But he says, "It's okay, though. They flipped the electrical and med bay and connected security to the cafeteria. Wasn't even around for the development of Skeld." And I'm still kind of offended.
Yeah, it was pretty much like they were like, "Oh, look, there's this new mode. It's Among Us."
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Like I'm looking.
They don't care. Yeah.
I'm looking at the about page on Innersloth's website, and there's just only 5, and this as of this recording, yeah. So just to get pretty much ripped off by such a big
Company,
title,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Hasbro does that all the time.
Co-founder of Innersloth said,
Allegedly.
he doesn't patent Among Us mechanics because, quote, "I don't think that leads to a healthy game industry.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep making the games I want to make. Everything else is just noise."
Yeah, I mean that's like ugh. When Among Us came out, after it really hit really big, there was so many adaptations. There was a duck version. There's a one of the guys I watch on YouTube, Mr. Fruit. They play a lot of those type of games, and the duck ones. It's your geese or gooses versus ducks.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
It's hilarious, but it's the same thing. Like there's so many versions of it, and if you still believe in them and you just still support them and stuff, so that's.
Oh no! Oh my God!
In case we are still somehow streaming, cancel.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Wait. Maybe no.
Are we still live?
We
Jesus
may or may
fucking
not
Christ.
be experiencing technical difficulties as
No,
we are currently verifying.
All right,
it still
keep going.
says live. So I'm just
What does that say?
We're going.
Sure
We've been going the entire time. All right,
Okay.
we're still good. It looks like.
It's fucking annoying. That's 4.
You sure you didn't confirm? Yeah. So sorry about that. Windows. Unless you're not on Windows, in which case you just learned about Windows. It does this. Yeah. So it'd be nice to continue supporting Among Us. Like I think I bought some character packs, and I bought the game.
I bought it
for my tablet. I bought some cosmetics. It came out on the Xbox, right? Didn't it do that?
Yeah, it came out on all the
Yeah,
systems.
I ported over to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't buy it on the other ones just because I already had it on.
I think
this
Switch
little
it was
baby right
free.
here. Oh, really? I gotta look into that because I do have a Switch.
It was
a lot
either
of fun.
free or like $10. I mean, they're pretty cheap.
Yeah.
It's. I don't play the Xbox much, so that's the only reason why I didn't get it on Xbox. But the Switch, we played it on and stuff, and I loved it. I love lying. David's horrible at it.
Man, yeah.
Oh yeah, we had one Among Us we had some good lobbies.
We had some pretty good games.
Right. How are you not gonna believe me? Gets voted out. Was the imposter.
So the slide that I have here again is that map.
I've seen gameplay
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, it's pretty much a. Yep, we made a. We copied your game.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
To quote a great philosopher who still is giving content, "Nana nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo."
So yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got. If anybody's got
Alright.
anything else.
Yeah, so with this, the game mode released on the August 17th, so a couple days ago. One thing that it is doing is it does partially tie into the overarching storyline that is going on for the current season. And with that, there is somebody that is working with Jonesy, who's like the blonde guy that's the main Fortnite guy you see and stuff. He's working with somebody that's an imposter, and they're trying to find who it is. So I think they released this mode, which is, from what I've seen, Among Us reskinned.
Yeah.
So that is why it's there. It would have been nice if they did an Among Us collaboration, because they've collaborated with so many other games, movies, whatever the case may be.
But this is also the thing, is when Battlefield released, what did Fortnite do? Battlefield. Or Big
Battle Royale.
They did the same thing. Like, Battlefield was starting to pop off, or Player Unknown.
yeah.
Player Unknown with their battle, whatever it's
PUBG.
called.
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was popping off, and then their game was initially, when I remember the game, was from years back from a Twitch waffle, or a giant waffle. Yeah, and I remember him and Lyric and one of their other friends, they were playing the story mode, and he became a founder and all that stuff for it. And then all of a sudden, PUBG started popping off, and all of a sudden now Fortnite has a battle,
I would assume that Fortnite had to have been working on it for a while, because you don't come out with a game like that.
We say that, but it was a month or so, I think.
Yeah,
after,
I want to say there was a decent amount of time.
Yeah, that they could have wrote some code. I mean, this is legit.
They did have the base game out for a while, the Save the World portion, so they could have just taken aspects of that. Yeah, it is possible that they did that, and they're like, hey, let's jump in on this, because there were other Battle Royales that were out, which we also have an episode on Battle Royale. If you want to check that out, I don't know what episode it is, but
I don't know what episode it is.
it's the one titled Battle Royale.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like there was I think it was PUBG. It came out this 2017, March 23rd, according to Google, and it looks like it was September. I think it was September 26th. I'll go back, but that's when Fortnite came out with its Battle Royale. So there was quite a few months.
Yeah.
6 months. That's still.
That's
what
not
I mean.
too bad for like when it first came out. It wasn't as complicated as it is now. For those of you that haven't been playing Fortnite since the beginning, because Devontae was a founder, and so you could give people codes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing with him when it first came out.
Oh yeah, I'm a founder also.
Yeah. So it was actually pretty simple comparatively. Like the world mechanics for Fortnite, like it was pretty simple. So that's when you already have the sandbox, and all you have to do is actually build a little area of stuff with things you've already made. 6 months is not unrealistic.
Well, a lot of their stuff is confined. Already there are a lot of stuff you're in zoned areas.
Yeah.
So it's already easier for them to do it.
6 months is not unreasonable at all for a development time like that. So Fortnite has largely been, everybody thinks this is cool, so let's take that and maybe put our own slight, maybe more than slight, but generally it's closer to slight twist on it, and people love it.
I honestly thought Fortnite, when I first saw Fortnite came out with this, I was like, oh, they stole that off of PUBG.
There was a lawsuit with the PUBG, whoever it is that makes PUBG. I don't remember. But I think that lawsuit ended up getting thrown out by the courts because
it's creative
free use.
Yeah. They don't own the right to the format PUBG.
Yeah.
The game mode.
Oh, to be fair, because I was just double checking. So yeah, the Battle Royale came out September 26th. But to be fair, Fortnite itself was released July 25th. So it looks like it was more of a 2-month.
Look up Save the World. I think it came out even further before that.
Well, the beta came out I think it came out the year before.
Yeah.
So
Good, yeah. No, it's still saying according to Google, Save the World itself. Yeah, no, that's right. It was in beta mode for
beta
like
was
years.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I rescind that in their defense. Extra, not in their defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple things here to wrap up since you got that. Saints Row is getting a remake, which we already touched on. We got an episode on that, episodes 2 and 4. It is set to be revealed later this week. He teased it on Twitter, and with the full reveal coming at Gamescom opening night live. And Saints Row's website shows a brick wall with some graffiti on it saying rebooting. Xbox has a game that turns your TV into a giant aquarium called Siamese Fighting Fish. It's basically a bunch of beta fish that they don't fight or anything, but it does say that they do have a mode called Kung Fu Fighting Fish.
Gosh.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Twitch rivals this, or I don't know exactly when it was. They had a Halo 2 tournament for $50,000. Ninja threw in an extra $100,000 of his own money for the grand prize, which is the largest prize pool for Halo in years.
Nice.
And Stardew Valley is set to host a $40,000 tournament in collaboration with a streamer by the name of Unsurpassable Z, or Unsurpassables, I'm not sure how they say it. And it will include 4 teams going head-to-head. It'll include loot challenges, or it'll include 100-plus challenges, ranging in difficulty from naming your horse a certain name to getting to the 100th floor of a building. I'm not too familiar with the game, but it is a game that is fairly popular from what I've heard. I've looked into playing it, but I just haven't gotten the money for it. And that is all I got.
The only thing I have from Marvel is that they released a few things. They released the first teaser trailer for Spider-Man Way at Home. That's why I was like, oh my goshing, because I haven't heard the sound, but I was watching the video, and oh my gosh.
Is it the one with Doc Ock and...
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 99.9% sure that's fake. I'm like 99.9% sure.
That's on their website. That's on Marvel's official website. Right here.
I doubt Marvel's putting out fake news.
No, there's actually been speculation that a lot of the some of the actors are coming back for it.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm not gonna shit on your breakfast cereal.
Hey, if it's not real, let's make a bet right here. If it's not real, we'll do something. Second,
you had to do that when I was taking a drink.
I know, that's why I did it.
Dick.
Second episode of What If came out last week. Third episode is releasing this week. Man, these episodes, Mike, I know you haven't seen it yet, but these episodes, wow, that's really all I gotta say. Have you caught up yet?
Wait, which one? Sorry, I was double checking something.
What if?
Oh, yeah, I've seen the second one.
Yeah,
I'm caught up.
I'm looking forward to the third one coming out.
Yeah, space Wakanda forever.
I know David me and him had a discussion about this earlier, but
Muy poquito.
little small.
So I did have it playing. I started to watch it, but I got a new game on my phone that I backed on Kickstarter. And I was invested in the game, and then I absorbed zero information from it. I need to actually sit down and just watch it.
You'll probably end up seeing some memes about it. One of my favorites is a picture of Thanos in the movies, and it says "Boss when you fight him," and then Thanos in the episode, and then "Boss when you unlock him" as a playable character. 100% accurate.
Yes,
he is
yes.
so soft.
Yes. Jeffrey Wright as the voice of the Watcher. Oh my gosh. Every time I hear him just talk about, I was just like, yeah, I think they've done a lot of this. I know there's been a few things about some of the recasting of some of the voices for him, but I think they're kind of going to good direction with everything coming off of Loki. So a lot of these things, like we've mentioned before, I wish they were a little bit longer. If they were an hour long, I would probably sit and still watch it.
They could easily take that same content and not just jam pack it, and it would fill that pretty easily. But yeah, it's just so rapid fire in that.
Yeah. From DC, I have so DC's been doing this Dark Universe series, Dark Knight's Death Metal. So there's a band edition. It is comic books that are being released with actual metal bands. So first issue is going to feature Megadeth as the metal band, or as the band edition. Second issue is going to release with Ghost.
Nice.
Third issue is, I can't read that, Mike, you might know.
Lacuna Coil.
Lacuna Coil.
Yeah.
That picture right there in the middle on that thing is me at their concert. Here in town, and that picture is off of their Instagram.
So you've heard about them a little.
At that show, and yeah, they are really good. Lacuna Coil,
Fourth
Opez.
Opez. Fifth issue is going to be Sepultura. Sixth issue is going to be Dream Theater, and the final issue 7 is going to be Ozzy Osbourne.
That's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah.
Sharon.
I just find it funny that you can only understand him when he's singing.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's supposed to be rolling out throughout 2021. So it's said internationally in March, but I don't remember seeing anything like this. I'll have to take a look. I'm looking at this. Apparently this report was in February, but it's apparently on their latest news of their page. So
They must have updated the article.
yeah. So I am going to be looking at that at my local game store.
Yeah, I've
Or
seen
online.
about half of those bands live.
Nice. And that will be my news.
So I just have 2 other things that haven't already been covered. So with the Black Widow, ScarJo lawsuit, I don't think I've heard a number of what the projected losses that she was saying she had was, but it looks like based off of this article on Screen Rant, it's roughly about 50 million was the projected loss that she got from her bonuses due to the box office being hit with the release on Disney Plus. And I think this is going to start a precedent on this stuff, because with the releases, a lot of places are doing this. HBO, Disney Plus, et cetera, et cetera. It's probably going to either change the way, depending on who wins in this lawsuit, it'll either change the way that contracts are created for bonuses specifically, or it's going to change the way that they decide to go about doing releases on apps like this. Because if ScarJo wins, they're probably not going to be able to get away with this anymore, and other places are going to be a bit more weary about it.
If she wins, it's going to just be strictly theater. They're not going to even mess around with that.
Either that, or they're going to have to bring that into the contract. Because with her contract, it did not
State it.
It did not specify anything with regards to Disney Plus releases. That's why she lost out on so much money, and that's why she's suing them. But that's. So that was that. Oh, did you have something?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say. I mean, that's with Doom that's coming out. Like HBO, like This is the thing with Disney. You have to pay an additional $30 to get it for that month, but you get their premium edition, which means you should get all the movies that release for that month. Which they're only releasing one movie a month, and I just you're already paying their subscription plus an additional $30. As an HBO, I'm paying the one fee, which I think I'm not paying it, but my mother-in-law is. But it's part of our deal, and we get all the HBO channels. We get the premium edition, and I get to watch, Dune when it comes out because that's what they release. Now they do have some movies that are just going to theaters, but they do have this. I might actually still watch Dune in the theaters after I watch it on TV, just because. Oh my gosh!
Because the theater experience is
It
not
is.
what it is at home.
Yeah.
It's just something about spending nearly $20 on concession stands and then going to the big screen. Which, oh wait, no, it's been a few weeks. We're on the smaller screen. Okay, that's okay. I guess.
Actually, right now theaters are discounting a lot of the concessions.
Really?
Just because to draw people in.
back in. Yeah,
That's smart.
That, and I'm also part of Cinemark Movie Club, so I get the 20% off.
Yeah, I just signed up recently.
yeah.
But I'll move on to the last little bit. I thought this was just kind of cool. Going back to Bethesda. So Bethesda hired the head writer of the Fallout London mod, which was a pretty popular mod, Stephanie Zacharidis, is now working as an associate quest designer at Bethesda, though we don't know what game she's on. This was also sourced from thegamer.com. So I just thought that was really cool. So many mod developers out there creating stuff, hoping to get picked up, and this woman, Stephanie, actually succeeded. I just think that's really cool.
Yeah. So I think with that, go ahead, David.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for your gaming news as of
The 22nd.
Thank you. August 22nd, 2021. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the link trees in the description below. Make sure you follow us everywhere this podcast gets featured. Anchor distributes it for us. So there's not a podcast service you won't be able to find us on. We would also greatly appreciate any review you give us, never after 5 stars.
I'm asking for 5 stars.
But thank you for leaving us a review. And also, there's a new email down there, level4xp@yahoo.com. So thank you. Yeah, thank you, everybody, for joining us. As today will mark the new start of us being referred to as Level 4 XP. I've been here with
Irishguy, aka Mike.
This is Doc.
And Zmainia.
I'm Game Boy, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. You enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the rest of your week.